So they have words, they're timeless, and they always focus on one topic, and that's love. And love can be expressed in many ways, in many songs, and there's many loves that you feel at different times in your life and from different people. And when I sat down to write the lyrics for this, and the way Ellie and I write is I do lyrics first, and then she puts the music to it. And so I thought to myself, boy, you know, kind of right now it's cool to be a nerd. You know, that kind of hip vibe, and science is awesome. And you know, what if the Big Bang Theory had been a musical in the 40s? Gosh! And it would need music to be a musical, and so I said, you know what, I got it. It's Thank My Lucky Stars. So this is Big Bang Theory from the 1940s.
It's funny because the Big Bang Theory didn't exist until the 1960s.
The theory, not the show.
No, the theory.
Floating away, you are my atmosphere. There's no center in the universe. I don't doubt it's true, but hypothetically speaking, my world revolves around you. I don't need astronomy, not with your guiding me. I couldn't feel any more chipper. You are my Big Dipper. In my corner of the universe, dreams don't travel far. Meteor showers every time we meet. Thank my lucky stars. When you are near, find myself floating away. You are my atmosphere. There's no center in the universe. I don't doubt it's true, but hypothetically speaking, my world revolves around you. Not with your love guiding me. Your light shines out from afar. You are my North Star. In my corner of the universe, dreams don't travel far. Meteor showers every time we meet. Thank my lucky stars.
Thank you very much. much. That was the debut performance. We got that one together on Monday.
Don, there's something wrong with this monitor. It's kind of giving us metal. I couldn't tell if it was associated with the guitar or the violin. It was just kind of random.
I thought maybe Megan was playing kazoo.
Yeah, it's kind of kazoo sounding.
Can we have less kazoo in a moment?
All this technical stuff. Yes, indeed.
I'll come and listen to it when Heather's playing.
Cool. So thank you, Ellie and Kylie. It was wonderful. So we were talking backstage about how great it is that we can get together as songwriters, even though our music is so incredibly different. It's all about the song and the sisterhood. And being from Twin Falls, it is just so wonderful to be welcomed into the fold here in Boise. So thank you, Brooke Falk, for asking me to play, and it's been wonderful to meet you guys. So this first song I'm going to sing, everybody brought their accompanist today, so I kind of did too. This first song I'm going to sing today is called Sail. For your restless soul, and then my love is the anchor when the wild winds blow, and you'd be lost at the moment that I let you go. But I can't help thinking underneath the words you're singing, I don't wanna be rock steady, not if I hold you down. All of this time I've been the anchor. Now let me be your sail. I can be your sail. You can lean into me like the wind. My love won't fail. Let me be your sail. I can be your sail. I don't know where the adventures are, but there is one North Star, and I can be your sail. You sail. Well, late at night, you've been reaching for that old guitar, heading down to the basement where the memories are, calling up all the melodies you knew by heart, instead of a rhythm of a heartbreak time bomb ticking. I don't wanna be rock steady, not if I hold you down. All of this time I've been the anchor. Now let me be your sail. I can be your sail. You can lean into me like the wind. My love won't fail. Let me be your sail. I can be your sail. I don't know where the adventures are, but there is one North Star, and you know you are not the only one who ever held your heart when it wanted to run. Baby, we just begun, and I can be your
Appreciate it. That's so nice. You should see her up here. She's like typing like an airport person that makes your reservation, you know, and she's doing it.
That's all it takes. It's pretty cool.
That's some high tech there. I can't even use a loop pedal because I would never know when to push the button. That was beautiful, both you guys. I didn't get, oh, I thought you were full of flowers too. I'm all dressed in black. I'm kind of going with the Willie Waylon Johnny Cash thing. But a lot more sexy.
And you're pulling it off, Pat. You're pulling it off.
Take me on down to your cellar. Serve me your finest aged wine. You be my sommelier, I'll be your Cabernet, full bodied and fresh from the vine. Whisper the way I can please you. Show me the things I should do. Put your lips to my ear. Make it perfectly clear that I am the woman for you. When your midnight lamp grows dim, take from the fire in my eye, 'cause I can burn like seraphim. Feel the heat, holy heat, slow rise. Fold up your grandmother's linens. I will sew you a throne that is new. Every stitch of the thread that will cover your bed will know I'm the one for you. When your midnight lamp grows dim, take from the fire in my eyes, 'cause I can burn like seraphim. Feel the heat, holy heat, slow rise. Won't you please take the keys to my cottage? If you're needing a room with a view, go on, pull back the blind. You are certain to find that I am the woman for you. I'll sew a throw for your bed. Every stitch, every thread will know I'm the woman for you.
All right, I'm leaving. I can't follow that.
Getting a little steamy up here, Pat.
Does anyone else need a cigarette?
All right, we're taking it back. Okay, as I said, we were writing songs about love, but in the 40s, so it's got a different vibe.
Those dresses had like a foot of zipper. You could not get it off by yourself. There were no bodice zippers. You would have to literally rip the dress.
When's this?
Did I miss something?
Yeah, in the 1940s. They were rationing metal. The more you know.
Okay, and back to our songwriting. Thank you, Ellie.
I'm going to take Ellie to the next trivia night.
Ellie is good at trivia. If you could get paid for trivia, that would be awesome. Says her mother. Okay, and that leads me into the next song, which is another love song, and this one was written for Ellie and about Ellie. Because, as maybe you can tell, Ellie is adopted, and it's okay, she knows.
Our skin color
It's not a secret, it's out there, and it's fine. And, so I was thinking, there are all kinds of love, and there's that kind of love that you have for no reason besides you were in the right place at the right time. And, the cards aligned. Ellie ended up with us. She could have ended up with people who did sports, and it would have been a much different life for Ellie. Ellie does not ride a bike. Ellie does not have a driver's license. Ellie is a musician, and there's a reason. And so... So this one is again about love, and this one is called You Fell Into My Life. I know.
The stars above, fate intervened and we found love. Don't understand it, couldn't have planned it. Knew it was true. You fell into my life, and I fell for you. Reached out for a chair and found you already sitting there. Dropped from heaven above. Just like that I fell in love.
intervene and we found love. Don't understand it, couldn't have planned it. Newton knew it was true. You fell into my life, and I fell for you. It's wonderful. Thank you.
Well, this is kind of a good segue to this song. As Veronica mentioned in the intro, I do have 2 kids at home. And really for me, I think for everyone it's their own trigger, but for me becoming a mother was something quite profound, and there's just something so raw about that kind of love. We mothers and fathers, we get that. So the other interesting thing is it really makes you see a whole lot about your own mother and everything that she gave you, and all the support and the love, and appreciate it in a different way. So I was lucky enough to grow up in a house with an old piano and a mother who encouraged me to play. This one is for her. It's called Mama's Old Piano. Thank you. Wow, I haven't even played that. That's awesome. You guys are great. Like a trusted old friend, just a call away. There's an old instrument, so familiar to play. And it's like Mama said, when I'm searching for what's right, the answers are there in black and white. Here I go, strike a note, let it ring. Fingers work flesh and bone onto hammer and string. Every heart break and joy. All my life, everything I know, I learned at Mama's old piano. Well, I remember at 16, running home with a broken heart, slamming that front door, falling into Mama's arms. She never said, don't you cry, never wiped the tears away. She stood beside and let me play. Here I go, strike a note, let it ring. Fingers work flesh and bone onto hammer and string. Every heart break and joy. All my life, everything I know, I learned at Mama's old piano. And now a voice from the past in the room down the hall. My little girl, only 4, but her hands reach up tall, until one by one, every note she has tried. And I walk through the door with a tear in my eye. Just let it rain. Fingers work flesh and bone onto hammer and string. Every heart break and joy. All my life, everything I know, I learned at Mama's old piano. Thank you very much. Thank you.
That was beautiful, both of you guys. You just outdid yourselves. That reminded me when I was a kid, I realized that I got my guitar when I was for my 11th birthday. And all through my teenage years, my parents never told me to stop playing. Like it could be 11 o'clock at night or whatever. My bedroom was across from theirs, and they never ever came in and said, "Put that down." Right? Isn't that nice? Yes. Those are good parents. Now, I had 4 kids, and they took music lessons, and the only one I ever told to stop was the drummer. Here's one of my newer songs. Oh, I forgot to introduce here, and she's sitting behind me. She doesn't belong behind me, but the stage is always so big. This is Peggy Jordan, and she's half of our mood swing duo, and she doesn't belong behind me because
I'm backing you up.
she's a real partner. What did I do with my pick? Thank you, Bob. Bob comes to my gigs, and he's in charge of telling me if I tuned my D down and to put it back up again. But sometimes he's busy with his, what is that thing? That's Drambuie. And he neglects to tell me to tune my guitar back up. All right, so this song was written after for someone I love, and I wrote it after a series of unfortunate incidences, and so it's really a love song. It is. How fast should we go, Peggy? Let's see. Oh, and girls, this is the one you get to lean to your microphones and go, ooh. Okay, that sounds well. I gave him some oohs. That's about all we have time to learn, you know. And then you'll take the second half of the song. Okay. What would it take to get you to stay off that ladder? You hate to be scolded and told you're too old for a fall. Well, humor me some, climb down from that rung. Let's leave that for somebody else. You see, I'm obsessed and I'm doing my best to keep you safe from yourself. What would it take to get you to watch where you're walking? Keep your mind and your eye on the ground, not the sky as you stroll. Hey look, there's a bump, there's a dip over which you could trip, and I need you to stay in good health. So I spend my days just looking for ways of keeping you safe from yourself. Here we go now. Ooh, safe from yourself. They're good, aren't they? Ooh, safe from yourself. And what would it take to get you to lay down that sharp thing? I'm always afraid of the blade cutting through to your skin. Now I think it best not to mangle the flesh of my beautiful demoiselle. No, no, s'il vous plaît, let's put that away and keep you safe from yourself. Our girls out. Ooh, safe from yourself. Ellie, you're next. Ooh, safe from yourself. 2, 3, 4. That's you. What would it take to get you to turn off the breaker? When you're playing with wires, a fire is sure to ensue. Well, your smile is electric, I'd get apoplectic if off of your face it should melt. I know it's a shock when you hear how I talk, but I'm just keeping you safe from yourself. Ooh, safe from yourself. Ooh, safe from yourself. Now what would it take to
get you to wait for assistance. Now many a chore can be done more securely with two. I will steady your ladder, I'll help you climb down, I catch you if ever you fell. I love you a lot, and that's why I've got to keep you safe from yourself. Oh yes, I love you, that's why I try and I try to keep you safe from yourself. Everybody now. Ooh, safe from myself. Ooh, safe from yourself. Angels singing.
All right, that was just darn clever, Pat. That's all I can say. Just clever, right up there.
I'm sexy and clever.
That's a winning combination. It is indeed. Well, I'm looking at this next chart that I have in front of me, and I'm thinking, man, I actually can't remember how this goes. Not because like it's so old and we've done it so long, but it's because we got it together Saturday, and that was yesterday.
We're procrastinators, you guys.
We were determined to have new stuff for tonight because, you know, that's what this songwriting thing is about. So, man, it's like, I mean, I wrote the words. I know they're great. So I'll just give you just a touch here. So when you write the genre of the 40s, it's mathematical. It needs to have 32 bars. You gotta have 32 measures. You either write 16 and 16 or you write 4/8. So I let Ellie kind of work a little bit alone, mind you, and she comes back with 6. I'm like, hey, that you can't have 6 measures. You know, it's 8. And then this is how we looked at each other, like, who's going to give? And I said, you know, well, it
I
doesn't...
like 6, Mom.
I said, it doesn't matter.
Let me have nice things.
I like, it doesn't matter, because then it's a pop song, and I don't know who we'd be anymore, because we're swinging with Ellie Shaw.
I gave, she pays my rent, you know.
And it's like, I said, I could write more words if you need more measures, but I think you can stretch them out. Okay,
We made it work. I think it's nice.
you know. Okay, so it's a love song, and this is a love gone wrong kind of song, and it's called One-Sided Romance. How fast should we do this, honey?
That's a good question.
We can start it several ways.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I can't remember the melody I wrote. 3, 4.
Butterflies, I was starry-eyed, the whole 9 yards. You swept me off my feet, oh so debonair. You without a care, you didn't skip a beat. As I'm lying next to you, can't convince myself that none of this is true. I didn't stand a chance. You were oh so smooth. You knew all the moves in this one-sided romance.
Hey, I made it through without forgetting the lyrics.
Because they're awesome lyrics. They sing themselves.
I'm not even here. I'm a figment of your imagination.
Where do you think I am in the song? That's a good question. Top.
I was starry-eyed, the whole 9 yards. You swept me off my feet, oh so debonair. You were without a care, you didn't skip a beat. And now I'm lying to myself as I'm lying next to you. Can't convince myself that none of this is true. I didn't stand a chance. You were oh so smooth. You knew all the moves in this one-sided romance. Thank you.
That was wonderful. Beautiful. Can't believe you guys just wrote that. That's amazing.
Neither can we.
So, I'm going to go ahead and do my one-sided romance song. Pop version. This is just a breakup song, really. We've all been there, just like that song. Those relationships where you love somebody so much and you just realize they're never going to be in that place with you. And that's a really hard moment, kind of a heartbreaking moment to have. This song is called Halfway Heart. Thank you. I'm gonna miss the crooked line of our story on the map. Co-pilot at your side, with my bare feet on the dash. Even I can see we're lost, drifting like the rivers cross halfway, as if your love is out there somewhere halfway. Why you stop and start? Pull over, baby, I am done riding shotgun to your halfway heart. I'm gonna miss the windows down and the left hand on your knee. Motels and sleepy towns
with your body against me, night and day, light and dark, skin on skin, miles apart, halfway, as if your love is out there somewhere, halfway, while you stop and start. Pull over, baby, I am done riding shotgun to your halfway heart, but I won't miss you just leaning on the fence, never taking the time to walk with me in the countryside, halfway, as if your lover's out there somewhere, halfway, while you stop and start. Pull over, baby, I am done riding shotgun to your halfway, halfway, as if your love is out there somewhere, halfway, while you stop and start. Pull over, baby, I am done riding shotgun to your halfway
I'm really jealous. I want one of those drum tracks that start whenever you start playing. Can you install that on my violin? Will that work?
Try, but I can play with you.
And then you and your mom would have to, how fast are we doing this one? I don't know. Hit that button and we'll know. This is my newest song. This?
Do you know the words
But she's back.
and the melody?
Yep, yep. And we're going to do it about this fast. Except by the end it'll be. That's my speeding song, I forgot.
Wanna be your blue. Take all your grays and make it the shade of Elvis' suede shoe. Endless and high, like the Idaho sky. I want you to see that I can be your beautiful blue. I wanna be your green, green like the leaves that open and breathe on the eve of spring. I can shine like this birthstone of mine. I want you to see that I can be your beautiful green. I wanna be your red. My heart is a gift, and it's willing to drift into cardinal sin for you. Crimson and fine, like a burgundy wine. I want you to see that I can be your beautiful red. I can still be any color that you choose. 'Cause there ain't no sun gonna turn its back on the two of us in our blue suede shoes. I wanna be your blue. I want you to see that I can be your beautiful blue.
Maybe you guys can write another song. I don't know. That's how it works, right? So we'll just take a short intermission. Feel free to talk to Evelyn from Sisters in Songwriting about the Songwriters Soul. All right, you guys gotta come. There's also going to be a silent auction. And guess what? They're still looking for items. So if you have something you would like to donate, please speak to someone who looks official. I don't know who you should speak to. Don't talk to me. I mean, I guess you could. But yeah, so that's going to be an amazing event Friday, April 13th. Big fundraiser for them. And then April 24th, ISA Songwriter Forum. Okay, and that's the last Tuesday of the month, every month. So you can just put that in your Google Calendar now. I'll wait. Okay, great. Everybody's got it on their calendars. All right, so now we'll bring you guys on back. Let's hear another round of applause for our artists, Kylie and Ellie Shaw, Patricia Daly, and Heather Platt.
Welcome back, and this time we'll be going around twice, and then afterwards we'll be following up with questions and answers. So as you're listening, if anything sparks a thought, hold on to it and we'll catch you at the end.
When do we do the finale?
I think we should do that before the questions and answers.
I thought you were going to say before we start this round.
Right now. We should warm up on that one, and then if it goes really well, we could do it again as an encore.
Yeah.
Wow. You're my new favorite people. And that's including Ellie, who I'm related to. Boo. Okay, so we write again in the genre of the 40s, and so we focus on love. And as I'm writing lyrics, I'm thinking about all of the stages of love. And this one came to me. Ellie and I had performed at an assisted living home. An older gentleman came up to me and he said, you know, and I'm getting ready to leave. And I said, oh, are you going to move to a different retirement community? And he says, no, I'm leaving. You know, and it took me a minute to process that. And then I looked at him and I knew his wife had passed away and he was ready to go. You know, he was waiting. You know, he needed to leave and be with the one he loved. And I thought that's a beautiful side of love that we don't hear about in all of these falling in love songs. But what happens when you're just so used to somebody? And so that gave me the idea for a new song, and this one's called I'm Comfortable With You. You know, it's not about flash, it's just I love you. You know, I don't need to think when I see you. I know you. I'm comfortable with you. Okay, now on the other end of it, of course, we're not comfortable with this song. This is also a Saturday yesterday. We had worked on this like a year ago. Then
It's funny, she was
Ellie-
looking through her voice recordings and she had one from 2016 of me singing a terrible melody to it.
And
So
I'm like, have you
throw that out.
Have you cleared your head? Can we start over fresh? 'Cause I think it's a good song, Ellie. Okay, I'm comfortable with you.
The pressure's on.
Oh, you can count.
Oh, I can count it off this time, can I? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And when we're getting dressed, there's no need to wear our Sunday best. Today is just like all the rest. I'm comfortable with you in each and every way. Today's like any other day, predictable in every way. I'm comfortable with you. Time and time again, I can count on you. Don't want a Rolex when my trusty Timex is true. Contented as can be, monotonous monogamy is fine with me. I'm comfortable with you. And when we're getting dressed, there's no need to wear our Sunday best. Today is just like all the rest. I'm comfortable with you in each and every way. Today's like any other day, predictable in every way. So comfortable with you. Time and time again, I can count on you. Don't want a Rolex when my trusty Timex is true. Contented as can be, monotonous monogamy is fine with me. I'm comfortable with you, so comfortable with you. I'm comfortable with you.
Wonderful. I'm glad you revisited that melody. I'm sure the other one wasn't so bad, right? That was beautiful. So I love your story about the man who said he was leaving. That's kind of a perfect segue to this song. And we didn't plan this backstage, so this is going great. When I was only 22 when I lost my mother, and it was just one of those experiences that, very formative experience in my life, of course. And like so many people, I was there when it happened. It felt like a great honor at the time. But one of the things about being an artist is we can approach those unapproachable subjects and try and write about them so that people can communicate about it in kind of an open, comfortable way. So this song is for her. It's called Midnight Train, and I think I will invite Ellie to play a little bit of violin, maybe. That would be wonderful. Nobody talks about it, we tiptoe around it, leave the ending clouded in mystery. But isn't every day that just a mystery in fact? But in the light of day we just let it be. Loved ones race around you to prepare, but you just laugh for the trip of your life. You once said you can only unpack. Steady on we wait for the midnight train. Only you lying in your bed, hear the train whistle in your head. I used to think that the end would shout, flame up before the light burned out. But no fanfare, no parade, just the rise and fall of every breath you take, waiting for the midnight train. Always come on Sunday with a smile on my face. I pull the curtains on the window back, let the sun shine in and warm up your skin, and sit beside you talking this and that. We said when you could speak clearly. I have let you go 1,000 times in theory. Steady on we wait for the midnight train. Only you lying in your bed, hear the train whistle in your head. I used to think that the end would shout, flame up before the light burned out. But no fanfare, no parade, just the rise and fall of every breath you take, waiting for the midnight train. Hear the clickety-clack on a silvery track, shining in the moonlight, catching your eye, and it won't ever bring you back. Where does it go? I ain't ready to know, but someday when I take that ride, I got a feeling you'll be waiting at the end of the line. That way for the midnight train. Only you lying in your bed, hear the train whistle in your head. I used to think that the end would shout, flame up before the light burned out.
crowd, but no fanfare, no parade, just the rise and fall of every breath you take, waiting for the midnight train. Ellie, would you like to play a little bit?
How many years after she passed did you write that?
You know, it took a lot of time for that to percolate, really. I would say I wrote it about 15 years.
Yeah, that was when I couldn't imagine sitting right down and writing something like that. You won't believe this, but I also have a song along the same theme, and we really didn't plan this.
A train thing?
That's what silly lovers all believe. But wise men know as we come, so we go. Someone's always left behind to grieve. But grieving for you, babe, is something I could never do. I'd rather have them take me from this earth. I'll lead and you can follow, dear. I'm sorry if this hurts, but when the angels call for volunteers, I'm going first. You don't know just how far I'd go to give you every good thing I possess. If it's air you need, darling, I won't breathe. Take it all and lay me down to rest. 'Cause living without you is something I can never do. I'd rather have them take me from this earth. I'll lead and you can follow, dear. I'm sorry if this hurts, but when the angels call for volunteers, I'm going first.
apart. This selfish heart won't hesitate. It's well rehearsed, it's going first. You'll have to wait, 'cause living without you is something I can never do. I'd rather have them take me from this earth. I'll lead and you can follow, dear. I'm sorry if this hurts, but when the angels call for volunteers, I'm going first.
Wow, that was a beautiful, beautiful round of songs. They're just, that flow was lovely.
I feel like this was really sobering. We're gonna do something silly now.
When you write a song, you put your heart out there, but you also put you put yourself on the line. When I didn't write music until I was 50, and that's when you say, "Oh my gosh, you're 50."
She's 30.
There we go.
That's a lie.
So it was my 50th birthday, and I said to Ellie, for my birthday present, I want you to write a song. No, you don't have to start from scratch. I'm going to give you what I've got, but I cannot do the melody. I've got chords, I've got words, but I need you to do this for me. And she did. And I thought, wow, this might be okay. And her sister, who's a year older, yelled down, and this is word for word, "Are you sure you wrote that? It sounds just like everything else you do." and Ellie and I had just received the supreme compliment. Oh my gosh, we sound like what we're trying to do. The 40s, we can do this. So we're feeling okay, but we get up here that first night to a songwriters forum, and I mean, Ellie and I have done a bazillion gigs, and this was like, we're sweating. We're nervous. It was just this, oh my gosh, okay, it's okay in our living room, but can you do it for other people kind of an experience? And I'm glad we did, and I'm glad we kept doing it. And the second part of that story is Ellie just had an awesome opportunity. She went down to LA and she recorded a CD with a phenomenal musician, Bruce Foreman, and he's the guitar player with Clint Eastwood's jazz projects, and he did the soundtrack for $1 Million Baby. They had met at a jazz camp earlier. I mean, it's amazing how it got together. So I flew down there with her, and he's bring your sheets and everything, and so we brought our originals too. And I thought, oh, we'll just see what he thinks, But oh my gosh, he liked them. But he liked them as in he wanted to record them. And that was just like the affirmation of, I thought maybe only Ellie and I could do them, because we have this thing going. But they're actual songs for real people. And when you hear people,
it was really cool to play them with him because. Like he actually dug those songs more than anything else we played because he said it's new, it's fresh. It's like I've done all the other tunes a million times, recorded them a million ways. But sitting down with him, it was like, man, I'd never thought this song could sound like this. I'd never heard it this way in my head because he just had this new, fresh take.
We have such ownership over them, and when you hear other people take your song and do something with it, it was like, ooh,
who wrote that?
Yeah, wow, that's like. So anyway, with that great lead in, I don't know where I'm going, but so this song this is
one of the ones we recorded.
Yeah,
and it's the edgiest I think of your lyrics because there's a line when it comes to these lyrics it's either perfect or completely hokey, and this one is both. I think it's both, and I think that's perfect.
If you were listening really carefully in the very, very first song we did tonight, we looked at each other because there was a line that I said, okay, Ellie, I crossed over into hokey. And then she accidentally sang it tonight. I'm like, oh my gosh, but it was...
I couldn't feel any more chipper. You're my Big Dipper.
I thought, that was too far. So, well, long story. Okay, so with that, we're giving you our cheerful song. And,
this one's perfect for this time of year. We won't announce the name. I think you'll get it. this winter's through. Spring is in the air, feeling love everywhere. I tiptoe through the tulips just to kiss your two lips. I was just humming along, but now the bounce is back in my song. The golden frills of daffodils waving high to the hyacinths. Oh, hocus pocus, I'll pop the crocus, just the thing for a spring in my step. The blues can't keep me down, not even with the rain around. My hearts are thumping, I'm puddle jumping, ain't spring something? This winter's through, spring is in the air, feeling love everywhere. I tiptoe through the tulips just to kiss your two lips. I was just humming along, but now the bounce is back in my song. Daffodils waving high to the hyacinths. Oh, hocus pocus, I'll pop the crocus, just the thing for a spring in my step. The blues can't keep me down, not even with the rain around. My heart's a thumping, I'm puddle jumping, ain't spring something?
I love that. My heart is thumping, it's puddle jumping. Love that line.
I'm still stuck on matrimony.
Monogamous monotony.
Monogamous monogamy.
Oh, that was good too. Tongue twister. Say that 5 times fast.
No, thank you.
Monetary.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your recording and your CDs, which are available for sale.
And I will pitch that I see Heather has two. She recorded in Nashville, and I bet they're awesome.
Thank you. And
Do you guys have?
CDs too?
Yes, I ran up to my car. I have 6 of my. I only have 1 CD, and so it's kind of old, and those are out there too. But mostly, we'd like you to sign on our mailing list. Mood Swing has one, and we'll let you know where we're playing. I appreciate that.
We artists really appreciate all the support we get from you guys. So thank you very much for being here tonight. So I had my own experience. I was kind of late to recording myself. I kind of did the mom thing for a while, and then realized, my kids are going to grow up and leave someday, and I better really be who I am right here and now. And so I was 40 when I started writing music again, and went to Nashville, Tennessee, and recorded my first album. And I feel so blessed because I happened to work with an amazing producer and songwriting mentor Bruce Michael Miller, who is an artist himself. He will be playing next Friday night right here. I hope you come and see him. But I would say for any artist, any songwriter, find somebody that you look up to, who values what you do and believes in you, and listen to them. They will take your music somewhere else completely. So this song is about that experience of wanting to do something and thinking, well, I can't really do that. And then doing it and say, hey, that wasn't so bad. I had that in me all along, right? This song is called Speed Bump. Looking down, count the cracks in the sidewalk pavement, kicking the ground in that I don't give a damn way. Well, I've been there, standing on the edge of believing something, holding back from a life that way, like it was a river you would never cross. The battle you had already lost, it would chew you up, spit you out, turn your dreams into down a mountain that who knew would someday turn into a speed bump in the rear view. Just a speed bump in the rear view. Nobody else can tell you the way to fight your demons. You wrote that book, you've got to turn that page. All I know is the first step that you take is the hardest. After that, you're on your way to the river you would never cross. The battle you had already lost, it would chew you up, spit you out, turn your dreams into down a mountain that who knew would someday turn into a speed bump in the rear view. Feels too high when you're climbing, you might be lost, you just keep driving on. On and on and on. Everything you think you know will get left by the side of the road, and there's no map to where you're going, because it's a river you would never cross. The battle you had already lost, it would chew you up, spit you out, turn your dreams into down a mountain that who knew would someday turn into a speed bump in the rear view. In the rear view, it would chew you up, spit you out, turn your dreams into down a mountain that who knew would someday turn into a speed bump in the rear view.
I love those lyrics. They're awesome.
Thank you.
I hate following you guys. But we're going in a circle, so we're all following each other.
That feeling is mutual.
So I sang some pretty nice songs about a very special person in my life, and this one I have no idea why I wrote it. Let me see. I don't really have to say anything about it. There's not much to say.
It really does speak for itself.
Okay, it does.
In a very verbose kind of way.
And it tells a story, yeah. And I decided I can't sing it very fast, because you guys have you can't throw rap at old people.
we're gonna do.
Who are you calling old?
1, 2, 3. Do they do the hokey pokey? Wait, I was totally on the wrong key. Oh. Do they? There we go. Kelly was like a fourth off. 1, 2, 3. Do they do the hokey pokey and Pocatello? Do they sing a cappella and Acapulco? Do they sip Coca-Cola and Kokomo? Did you know they do the polka in the Poconos? Way down in Tallahassee, it's a hassle catching taxis. I know. Much easier to catch one in Saskatchewan when you go. Do they tuck in Tiny Tim in Timbuktu? Are they stuck in Winnemucca with nothing to do? Do they don their hula hoops in Honolulu? Is it fun to build a bungalow in Bengaluru? Need sour mash, they will fill up your glass in Nashville. The birds and the bats have been purged by the cats, and where else cats kill? In Mobile, Alabama, are they nimble and light? Do they dance in their pajamas in the Alabama night while I'm sipping Coca-Cola, playing polkas in the Poconos? Pick it now. I hear there ain't any balls in Albany. Well, they should order more from Baltimore. I hear the boys from Boise had a ball in New Jersey when they joined it to the Joycey shore. Do they do the hokey pokey in Pocatello? Do they sing a cappella in Acapulco? Do they sip Coca-Cola in Kokomo? Did you know they do the polka in the Poconos? In Mobile, Alabama, are they nimble and light? Do they dance in their pajamas in the Alabama night while I'm sipping Coca-Cola, playing polkas in the Poconos? In Mobile, Alabama, are they nimble and light? Do they dance in their pajamas? It's their only civil right. While I'm sipping Coca-Cola, playing polkas in the Poconos. I saw you concentrating. Everybody.
Speaking of everybody,
Okay.
Yes, there we go.
We have one problem with the finale is I left my word sheet in the other room, so I need somebody else to sing the third verse.
I think I can
Peggy
handle
will
that.
take the third.
Okay.
So we kind of thought about, I went to the last SIS concert in February, which was amazing. I know Peggy was in on that, so it was a wonderful show. And there was a lot of people talking about, you know, the times that we're living in, and it's kind of difficult times, to say the least. So I thought of this song, and I'm sure you can relate to it. I hope that you sing along if you know it, and that would be wonderful. This community of artists and musicians is something special, I think. So, a light in dark times, right? Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people leaving for today.
imagine there's no countries. It is hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living by
still in Peggy's mic. I didn't give Veronica fair warning about the Q&A. So that was amazing, you guys. One more time, please. I had chills, had to tell you, ladies. So thank you so much for being so inspirational. For those of you who have been here before, you know that the Q&A session is where you can ask the artist questions about their music, about themselves, and the artist will repeat the question and answer. We'll keep it kind of short tonight because I know everybody's got to get home soon, but thank you so much again for coming out. Here's the Sisters in Songwriting one more time.
I have a question for Ellie and Kylie.
Oh boy.
I was just curious, what was the line, the new line for the Chipper Big Dipper?
Oh, what was the new line that
Yeah,
replaced Chipper and Big Dipper? It's your light shines out from afar. You are my North Star.
Oh, you sang it the second time then. Okay.
Thank you.
So I like Dipper.
I would go with Chipper and Dipper myself.
We'll use both. We'll do second time around. Oh, we've got a question over there.
So, a comment from any of you on the difference between writing a song from your own perspective about a topic as opposed to writing it from someone else.
I think
Repeat the question, maybe, so everybody can hear it.
The difference between writing a song from your own perspective versus someone else's perspective. I think this is something that we do a lot because we write in the mindset of writing songs for a musical, and that's what a lot of writers did at that time. You're not the star of every musical you write, of course. You're writing a story for someone else. You're writing a song that can be sung from the heart by a completely different person. So I think it's actually a little bit easier for us to put ourselves in like someone else's shoes to tell that story than I think it is to tell like the true depth of your own soul. Like that's a little harder to bear than a story, you know.
Do you? I would agree with that, but I would also say as a writer there really is no way to write without writing from your perspective if you're writing from the heart. So if you are writing a song using another person, it is a good tool to use if you're writing something that's just too close to home and too hard to say, to use maybe yourself as a character. But even in your case, the songs that you write are your perspective, and there's really no way around that, and that's the beauty, I think, of being an artist. So that's what I would say.
I used to try to make up stories, and I've got some story songs, but my best songs have come in the last 7 years after a major change I made in my life, and I've had my own personal muse, and I think it has elevated the songs a lot now that I have something to sing about.
Can I add to that? Mia Etzel wrote a song from the perspective of a horse.
From the perspective of a horse. That's incredible.
It was a good song.
From her perspective of a horse.
Maybe she was a horse in a former life.
Oh, sorry. Maybe she was in her own mind.
Heather, just a general comment. Thanks for that song about your mom.
Of the Midnight Train. He said thank you for that song. I think you're referring to Midnight Train.
Right.
Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. Thank you. That took a long time. I think Pat asked me how many years, and it really did take a long time. I remember just after it happened, I wanted to write about it so bad, but it was just it was too close to home, and it really took some time. And it was interesting because it actually took my husband at the time. His mother was going through cancer, and it was after I had lost my mom many years. And she said something that sparked it. She said she was very religious, and she said, I feel like I'm taking the trip of my life, and Jesus is asking me to unpack my bags. And as soon as I heard it, the writer in me said, that's it. the waiting to unpack, or, unpacking for the trip of my life. I thought, that's my avenue to my song. And so I have to credit her as well. But I think it is something that we all have been through, and I wish we could talk about it more openly, because it's something we all share. And it's normal. We all die. We really do. So thank you for saying that.
There's a question back there. Hey, Cindy.
So which comes first, your music or your words?
In our house,
I ask you that all the time, don't I?
at our house, the lyrics come first, and that's that's partly because I'm organized and I'm the mother, and
I am not organized.
So that's us, and so then after the lyrics, I usually come up with a chord progression and a key, and then that frames Ellie, and then she improvises until she comes up with a melody that we settle on. So that's us.
That's really cool. And I bet, she's been singing the melody for so long. All these great songs, I bet it just bleeds into her writing a lot. That's really cool.
I hope so.
It does. It's beautiful. For me, oftentimes the music comes first. But again, like that story I just tell you, sometimes something will trigger an idea. And I'm just grateful for anything, Sometimes you just wait for the lightning to strike, and other times you have to work at it. But either way, usually it's the music and the melody, and then I have to rewrite the lyrics. So I think both. I feel blessed to be able to do it both.
I usually have one line, like I'm going first, or Safe from Yourself or something like that, and then to build the song around it. But I'll also sit down and try to write a melody, but then after I get the lyrics, it changes totally. But I mean, I get really anal about it, and I write it all down, and then I start putting words to it, and I have to change it. But I kind of have an outline of it then at that point.
Question. So when you write a song about someone else, do you try to put yourself in their shoes, or do you put them in your shoes?
Okay, so the question is, when you write a song and it's about someone else, do you put yourself in their shoes, or
Do you put them in your shoes?
do you put them into your shoes?
Yes.
And Ellie has a communication degree from college, so we know that's true.
Pat's really good about that, because you do that. You put somebody else in your shoes or their shoes.
To be honest, it's probably a mix, because like we said earlier, you can't separate your story. And if we only wrote about ourselves,
That would be pretty boring. I mean, like, other people live different situations than you've ever lived, so you can't say, hey, this is how I would feel in this situation. You have to think, well, how would that go from someone else's point of the narrative?
And one thing that we really work towards in our music is the timeless quality. And if you think about songs from the Great American Songbook, they don't belong to anybody. So look for the silver lining. Anybody can sing that, and when Chet Baker does it, great. It's got his take on it, he's got his harmonies, but it still belongs to everyone. It's a song. You get a few that, like Stormy Weather, you think Lena Horne. At Last, you think, just certain names come to mind.
But the best ones are the ones that anyone can sing. Like, they don't conform to a gender or a person or an age or anything like that. The best ones are the ones that
they're universal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure. And I would say, it's just like, songs, just like any art or writing or anything, it's just about communication and connection. And, that's, if we hear a story or are inspired by a story and we want to write about it, that means something in that story connected in us. And then when we start writing, we're like, what is it that it connected with? And so we don't know for sure if we've hit, the mark. It might be completely different with,